champ, how are you doing? Welcome into another amazing session, champ, and I'm your master teacher Shivam Gupta. So in today's class, we're going to start a very important and very interesting topic. We're going to see that what is the graph of quadratic equation and how can we analyze that graph also. So champ, let us start. So in today's class, champ, we will see that how we can draw and how we can decide that what is the graph of any quadratic equation and how and on the based on which property we can analyze the graph. Then we will see that what if we will change some parameter, what effect on will be on the graph, and then we will see the some vertical and horizontal shift also. So champ, when we talk about the quadratic, so we know that our linear equation, our linear expression forms a straight line on the graph. So just like the linear equation, it forms a straight line on the graph. So do you know that my quadratic equation, my quadratic expression will form which kind of curve on the graph? Let's figure it out. So champ, let's say we are talking about a quadratic polynomial x squared minus 2x and plus 1. Whereas on the x-axis, we are defining the value of x, and on the y-axis, we will define the value of this polynomial. So now champ, let's take some random value of the x. Because for some random value of x, we will be getting some particular value of polynomial also. Yes, and that is why in this one, we are taking some any random value of x. Like minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now what we will doing, that we will put x equal to minus 1 over here. We will get the y value. Same, we will put x equal to 1, 0, 2 and 3 in this equation. And we will get the respective value of y also. Right, champ? So after getting these values, so every value, every pair of x and y is representing the point which will lie on this curve. Yes. So what we can do, we can represent all these points on the graph. Then we can combine all these points one by one and we will get the shape, we will get the graph of the quadratic expression. And now champ, this curve is known as the parabola. That means the shape of any quadratic expression is always my parabola. I hope it is clear. Very good. Now champ, in this parabola, we can observe that there is one point about which the direction or the shape of my graph is getting changed. Yes. So champ, that point is known as the vertex of the parabola. Or we can say that about the vertex, the direction of the curve changes. I hope it is clear. Now champ, let's say champ that we have this parabola. And we saw that this parabola was intersecting my x-axis. So now champ, try to think on the x-axis, the value of y is always 0. Yes. Or if on the x-axis, the value of y is always 0. That means on those value of x, the value of y, the value of polynomial is becoming 0. And that is why champ, the point at which my graph, my curve is intersecting the x-axis are known as the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Why? Because at this point, the value of the polynomial is 0. Right, champ? Same champ, we can say that let's say instead of quadratic, any curve will intersect the x-axis. Those points will be the zeros of the polynomial. Now champ, we have seen that the zeros are the value of x at which the polynomial is becoming 0. So we can say that we can represent that these value of x are the values which will satisfy polynomial equal to 0 equation also. It's very common sense, right? Very good. Now check the question, the most important question, that what if if I will shift the curve up or down. So let's see. So let's say, champ, if we are shifting the curve in the upper direction. So these are the possibilities. Either it will intersect 2 times, 1 time, and no intersection at all. And we have seen that the number of times my curve is intersecting the x-axis, that is the number of zeros of that polynomial also. So in this one we can say that my curve is intersecting 2 times. So number of real zeros are 2. In this one, my curve is only intersecting 1 time. That is only the number of real zeros will be 2. That is why roots are equal and real. In this one, 2 different points of intersection. The roots are real and distinct. Whereas if there is no intersection at all between x-axis and the curve, that means there is no real zeros at all. And by this, we can compare the discriminant of the quadratic also. Now, champ, let's see that how the curve depends on the coefficient of x square. So, champ, let's say we have the standard form of quadratic. Now, if the coefficient of x square is positive, in that case, my curve will be facing upward direction. So, champ, if the coefficient of x square is positive, then the curve will be facing upward direction. And if, champ, I keep on decreasing the value of a, that means if I will decrease the value of coefficient of x square, then my curve will be getting flatter. We can see over here that as the value of a is decreasing, right, my curve is getting flatter, and as soon as the value of a will be 0, this will become the straight line, and which we can see from the equation also. After putting a equal to 0, it will become the linear equation. Always remember, champ, as the value of a decrease, my curve will get flatter. And even if, let's say, a equal to 0, I'm again decreasing the value of a will be negative. So in that case, my curve, my parabola will be facing the downward direction. I hope this very important concept is clear to you. Very good. Now, champ, when we talk about c, so champ, just try to think. The polynomial is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. If I will put x equal to 0, so I will get what? I will get the polynomial equal to c. That means x equal to 0 represents the y-axis, and value of polynomial we are getting c. So we can say that c is nothing but the y-intercept of my curve. Easy peasy? Very good. Now, champ, let's say, what if we will shift the curve upward or downward? Left or right? Now, champ, if I will shift my curve in the upward direction, the value of c will get increased, because as we go up, the value of y increases, and c is nothing but the y-intercept of the curve. So value of c will increase, and if we go down, the value of y or value of c will decrease. I hope it is clear. Very good. Now, change question to think about, that what if we will shift my curve in the left or right direction? So till now we have seen that if we shift up or down, the value of c will get affected. But if we will shift left or right, the value of b will get affected. If we are shifting toward the positive x-axis, in that case, sine of a and b, that means sine of coefficient of x square and coefficient of x will be opposite to each other. And if we are shifting the parabola right to the left direction, then the sign will be same. So very easy concept, at the same time very important for our exam. So now, champ, let's summarize our class. So in this class we have seen that the curve of the quadratic polynomial is represented by a parabola, whereas vertex is a point about which the direction of the curve gets changed. Then the number of point of intersection of the curve and the x-axis is nothing but the number of real zeros. From there, we can define the discriminant also. Then, Chem, we have seen that for every parabola, there could be 2 real zeros or 0 real zeros. Depends on the position of the curve. That time we have seen that if we will shift the parabola upward or downward, the value of C will get affected. And if we will shift the curve in the left or right direction, then we can define the sign of the value of A and B. So Chem, now don't forget to make the notes, practice hard and be positive. Bye-bye.